And here we are. The engines are revving. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Pause for the effect. And it's lights out and away we go here in Canada. And it looked like it was a great start by Coxey. Gets a massive jump on 40. And it looks like Cornish is right behind. Can they keep it clean? It's 2-1. A little bit close for comfort. Looks like Cornish is on the inside. This is for the championship right here. It looked fairly clean in towards 2-1. We got yellow flag further down the back of the grid. Didn't really see too much movement, but we'll go up to the front. Coxey already getting a blinding start there. From right from the get-go that comes with it. So Coxey now in P1, got yellow flag a little bit further down the back as I quickly try and put everything back to how it is. And there's the position changes. Not very much movement going on there except for Tom down 6 places at the back. We've got some movers at the back.
Yeah, he had a spin at the first corner, so that's why he's out of place.
It's Gibbo Barenko, the Williams teammates, running nice and neatly in 5th and 6th position. Barenko, the reserve driver, jumping into that Williams. Coxey already breaking the DRS up ahead in that Ferrari. Now, what can Cornish do? He needs to close up that gap massively to to open the gap, should I say, from Gibbo. If these two swap positions, the race will roll on to next week on a track that I literally can't remember where we are racing. But any victors of the World Champions, very sideways there from the Alpine. That looked like August for a second. That was some Tokyo drift on the corner, but you get out of it very cleanly. We've got some movements and the back. Mitch up the inside of Tier 1. McLaren up 2 places as AJ concedes that position with his teammate behind him of Dave in the AlphaTauri. And Cornish Mantis in the McLaren is into the pits. So maybe some wing damage by the looks of it. Yes, he is. You can see the wingman at the front. So Mantis down the back. Did he go on the hard tyres? I think he did.
Mediums.
Bold on the mediums, but I have done it before, and you can make it to the end of the race with one more stop, stopping so early on this track. Now, what we need to keep an eye out, we've got a lot of movement going on at the back. Look like Cody making a move on Dave just before turn 7, I believe it was. I've lost my track map, so we're just gonna have to wing it as we go through. He's gonna make a move on AJ. He does as well up the inside of turn 10. Whoa, they're inside each other. Contact. That was a bit of an odd one. That looked like a slight glitch to me on my screen.
Yeah.
So unsure what happened there, but Cody pulled off some great moves, but I think he just got glitched into the back of AJ there. But lap number 3, the yellow flag is still out for that one. Cornish is right on the heels of Footy. Footy not having that much luck, but this is slowing down. This is slowing down Cornish and letting Gibbo close the gap right up. They are almost gearbox into diffuser. No, other way around. Nose into gearbox, and the DRS is now activated. The first one that you're going to come to is just after turn number 6 in towards turn 7. I think I may have to get a track mark up. Stevie, take over.
Well, Cody picked up some wing damage, so he's had a wing change. I think he has just switched to mediums. So, and AJ looks like he picked up damage as well, so he's on medium tyres. Who else are on mediums? We've got Tom, Core. Apparently not Corey, it's Core, apparently.
Well, it's Corey, and I'm sticking with it.
Well, okay. Yeah. Corey it is. And Gibbo's on mediums as well, so... Who do you think's out of place at the minute? Obviously, apart from AJ and Mantis. I think, Jack could probably be a bit higher up.
I just looked over in the chat there. Ninja, have I done it right? I think I have. Please confirm with me.
I'm sure he'll let you know.
He probably will. He did remind me kindly that I keep forgetting to put the lap times on, so I do apologise for that. But anyway, going back to some more of the racing. Look at these 3 fighting out with the front. While these are fighting, Coxey has opened that gap to nearly 2 seconds, and here we are into turn 6 and 7. I was right the first time around. Look at Gibbo, he's desperate to get past him. Maybe a little bit of contact there, but it looks like he's through. Cornish may be getting squirrely on the exit, but this is letting him set up to Barenko. So Cornish with a bit of an issue. Gibbo now ahead, and Barenko up the inside, forcing Cornish out wide of turn 9. So may have to give that position back, but a little bit unsure on that one at the moment. But as it stands now, Gibbo up into 3rd place ahead of Cornish. This championship is going to roll on to the next season, the next week, and AJ is out. AJ is gone. It looked like that's turn 4. He is. AJ's gone turn 4. I think it was a bit maybe just hit too much curb on the exit, on the entry and the exit, and we know that that will slingshot that car. But no safety car, which is very surprising because it was on the racing line, but no safety car at this point. Up ahead, Gibbo over the inside of Footy on turn 2. Gibbo now in second place. Cornish a second behind from that one. This race is going to get spicy towards the end, and they are all, I believe, on the soft tyres at the front. Oh no, there's a big mess up there from Cornish.
Oh,
That is a big wobble from Cornish, and that is not what he would want. That looks like end plate damage on his right hand side, and that is. So Cornish just was up there, had a mishap the lap before on turn 7. Gibbo up into second, and now he's just lost his front right end plate. Barenko's through, and now he's getting chased by Corey. Sorry, Cor, but not sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been pretty eventful so far, isn't it? Oh, we got yellow flag in sector 1. What's that?
That is Cornish Mantis DNF in their same place.
Yeah. Safety car. Safety car.
That is, oh yeah, that's the exact same place. So that looked like a little bit squirrely on the exit, and it's as easy to lose it on this track. So yes, you are right, Simmy. Full safety car. The soft runners will be diving into the pits. That is the right choice to do. So now Corey stays out on the mediums. The alternate strategy picks up now. Well, he's up into P2, so Gibbo managed to pit for the mediums. I believe that is. Did Gibbo pit? No, he didn't. Gibbo stayed out. Gibbo was on the alternate strategy the whole time. So
We'll have
Gibbo
to see
now.
if that works out well.
Yeah, so Gibbo now in the lead of the Grand Prix. The alternate strategy is there. And I've seen this done before. So usually, if you're feeling confident in the car, you can stretch these out. But that safety car is going to stay out for at least maybe 3 laps while Cody catches up at the back.
Oh, yeah,
So staying out on the mediums when essentially you got a free pit stop.
Yeah.
You could come in, slap on a set of mediums, free pit stop, out onto the track, and then you've already committed to essentially a one stop from that point onwards, providing you keep the car out the barrier. But what's interesting though, Simmy, look ahead. Mitch Mountford in that McLaren, he stayed out on the softs.
He did, yeah.
5-lap old softs, and Stranger Craig is still out as well. So Mitch is going to actually be a big loser from this, because the pack's all bunched up. It's going to put him straight down the back if he pits.
Yeah, and Mike's on 5-lap old softs as well. So it's interesting. Majority of the pack have gone on mediums now. So.
Well, I think the majority did start on the soft, so I didn't quite see it from the qualifying, but they are on the softs, and it is you're looking at maybe coming in at laps 6 to 7 on the softs anyway, but you can actually extend them probably until about lap 12.
Okay.
You can extend the softs here, but I do have a replay here somewhere. I believe we got the replay, and this is just a little mishap from Cornish, I believe it was. So you just see him now coming through turn 3 and 4, and it's just a little, the back end just goes from him. So the back end just goes. So I've got a funny feeling then from that Cornish is running lower downforce on that rear wing for the car to slide on you at that point. That's unfortunate, but I think there's a lower downforce on that car.
Ooh. Yeah, it's I don't think it's a gamble that paid off for Mitch here. Yeah, as you say, it's going to really drop him back, isn't it? Yeah, so you think AJ, as Clive, also known as Shiroi, who's picked up the 3-second penalty. So did AJ lose it at the same place as Mantis then?
I believe he did. AJ ran wide and into the wall is what I'm getting from Karun Shandok there in the pits.
Karun Shandok.
Well, I can't say, you know, because you're Kravitz, you're my Ted. I don't know. I'm the Crofty, but you're my Ted.
What's Ninja then? Is he Brundle?
Yeah, no, we can. Yeah, we'll go Brundle. Yeah, we can go Brundle. There you go. Anyway, so going back to the racing, the safety car is in this lap, which means that the batteries would have already been charged. Gibbo frantically trying to heat up their medium tires and need to keep it clean. When is he going to go? The casino straight is a long straight to go, but he needs to be careful that he doesn't drop too far back from the safety car, as he's still frantically trying to get heat into the tires that he's backing the pack up. He is within his right to do so, but he's not within tear car length of that safety car. So will he get a penalty? He is backing him right up here. When is he going to go? Now he's decided to go as he caught Corey off guard only a little bit. So Gibbo now takes control of the race. He is leading as they cross the line, opens the gap 1 second on Corey. Mitch Manford on the soft tires. He isn't using a lot of battery. Looked for the move on the outside of Corey, but it doesn't quite happen, but makes it stick going through. So Mitch saving a couple of laps on them tires. A little bit further back, where do we have Footy and Coxey? So Coxey had a great start, and the Ferrari goes up the inside of Mitch. Does he make it? No, he doesn't make it happen. So Mitch defending very well on them old soft tyres. Now Footy wants to get in front of Coxey as they round turn 6 and 7. Well, I was going to say they're the Williams pair at the moment, but one's in the front and one's somewhere in the middle. Barenko and August, they've closed right up. They are all on the same life tyres. Tom now, however, starting from the back of the grid, now up into P7.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive recovery, isn't it? Oof.
As I'm trying to find... I'm just trying to find... Oh no, he didn't start at the back of the grid. He started 6 places behind where he was. So yeah, close enough. Up ahead, side by side now, Coxey and Mitch. Where they're going to go in towards the wall of champions. They are still side by side. Ooh. Mitch can seize the position. That could have been very nasty, but you can just see the trail behind him. This is getting quite exhilarating. In towards turn 1. On board now with the Barenko. You can see the train. Corey looking for the inside of Mitch. You can see them soft tires are going a little bit of kiss on the diffuser on the back of Footy, but Footy sneaks up. Footy sneaks up the inside of turn 2. Compromised Corey in towards 2. Cornish is... It's going crazy with this middle pack. Gibbo 2 seconds clear. Oh, Coxey trying to chase him down. And now in towards the second sector of this track. The DRS is still not active at the moment. The gap is slowly opening. Mitch is holding these guys up on them soft tires. Is there going to be any late moves? The DRS is still 1 more lap away from activation. And Barenko is trying to get that little bit foothold up ahead. But you were saying earlier, Cornish is definitely flying at the moment. He needs to get ahead of Gibbo to take the championship. A little love tap in the diffuser of the house of Corey. Corey getting a little bit of a... probably an okay-ish exit there, but you can just see the traction now of and the top speed, let's say, with the downforce settings on that Aston Martin. Doesn't quite get side by side to him enough. Probably trying to harvest a little bit of the battery. So we have to wait, reset for another lap, and Corey gets another bad exit. Leaves himself set up wide. Up ahead, Mitch around the outside of Barenko. No, he was defending that position very, very hard. Sideways, and he's gone. That's a heavy contact there up at the front. So that's Mitch gone. And Barenko gets away with it.
Oh my god. It's all go, isn't it?
It is all go.
I don't think... Oh, he's just picked up a 3-second penalty, but I don't think he picked up any damage, but...
No, the front wing did wobble quite a bit, but the biggest loser out of that one was Mitch. And that's Corey gone.
I do wonder if he picked up some damage, because he dropped so many places, Corey.
I think Corey did have a spin with that front wing, but his end plate doesn't look like it's too damaged, so might still be able to carry on. But that's on the hot lap that you didn't hear. You need to be careful of that front left wheel over rotating in turn 6. It's happened to me, and it's so painful when it happens. Yeah. But that's unfortunate for Corey, who's doing well. Some nice little fights going on around the track. Up ahead, Gibbo and Coxey have changed positions. There was a 2-second gap there, so Gibbo probably having a little bit of a wobble at some point, and Coxey has just closed down that gap. So Coxey in the Ferrari leading the way, Gibbo in the Williams, Barenko his teammate in P3. Cornish, however, the championship contender, or not the contender, but the championship leader and a possible champion today,
up to 4th. Yeah.
Well, I would say down to 4th because he started in 3rd, but he has made he's fought. He has fought back up into 4th after a slight mishap earlier on and hitting the barrier. Yeah. Some technicalities, of course.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we have to factor in, obviously, Gibbo's on 10 lap old mediums now. So, do we think what sort of lap like pit window is it for the mediums? Did you say?
Well, the mediums you can probably get away with up to, well, the mediums can actually stretch really far on this track. If you want to go for the one stop, I would say maybe lap 18 to 20, if anything, to get on that one.
If you keep out of trouble, obviously, and manage the tyres, then that's a. It's not often you have tracks where you can last on mediums that long, I don't think. But we'll have to see. There's plenty of chances of more safety cars and everything, so.
There is absolutely a chance of safety car, and I've just had a realization. Barenko getting squirrely on the exit turn 2, and that is how Cornish just slides into his DMs. No, he's coming back at him. Side by side, this is another Vettel Hamilton situation. Keeps out at the wall. That was a very close maneuver. A little bit of wheel banging going on there, and I was just going to say August is out.
Yep.
That looks like somewhere up in turn
safety
1.
Car, another one.
Another safety car.
Same spot as Mantis and AJ by the looks of it. The same section of the track.
That is exciting, and I'll tell you one thing though. Mitch has just been given pretty much. He dived into the pits at the right time. He's got a free pit stop. If he's on fresh mediums, they will go to the end of the Grand Prix from here. Then fresh mediums will go to the end of the Grand Prix. It is a stroke of luck. Gibbo will want to pit, and he's trying to get past Coxey, because when you enter that pit lane, when you get into the lines, there is no speed limit. So essentially, you can actually gain time under the safety car when you pit. And Coxey is there. There he goes. He's diving. Is he going to get 5 seconds speed in the pit lane? Doesn't look like it. No, he is not. So Gibbo eager to get into that pit lane. Now we'll have to see if that goes to the stewards, that if Coxey was holding him up and pushing him back. And it just got interesting, because with Gibbo being in P1, the double stop with Barenko as well. So Gibbo going for the softs, Barenko staying out of the mediums. Barenko, before he had his moment into turn 2, was in the perfect position to play blocker against Cornish. You probably saw it, and I was trying to say it, but then he got the squirrel. But
the dreaded squirrel.
The dreaded squirrel. But Barenko was in that prime position. He could have held Cornish up a little bit longer, just got out of shape in turn 2, and then that is it. And then we had the safety car from Mantis. August. After that, so now it's a complete role reversal.
It is, yeah. Oh, it bodes very well for the remaining part of the race, obviously. Corey sat down in 14th though. We'll have to check what happened with Corey, because he was sitting pretty in second, and he just, I'm not quite sure what went on there. But
well, Ninja, thanks very much for the resub there. Absolutely incredible. The great Murray Walker. So I'm trying to work things out in my head at the moment as driving through. So the safety car will stay out for at least one lap, and we won't get the safety car release line until just before turn 10 as they start sector 3. So Coxey is leading the race at the moment. He's back into P1 after having that really good start. Cornish is now up into 3rd place, and he's got a Red Bull splitting him and Gibbo. But if they finish in the current order that they are in, the championship will roll over to next week in Brazil. I had to quickly flick on my calendar on the screen just to see where it was. Yeah, so
is it Brazil, Jeddah, Abu Dhabi? Is that
it is Brazil, Jeddah, Abu Dhabi. Yes, you are right. But yeah, at the current standings is that Cornish will go ahead into the Brazilian Grand Prix, leading the championship. Gibbo would have closed, well, he wouldn't really have closed the gap a little bit more, but it's hanging in there by a thread. So as it stands, we are rolling over to Brazil, but it's nearly halfway through the Grand Prix, and anything can happen. We've had 2 safety cars, we've had 3 DNFs, 2 of them in the same spot, and some very, very close wheel-to-wheel racing. And there, like I said, there's still half a Grand Prix to go. Is Cornish going to survive to the end? Is Coxey going to lose it? Is Stranger Craig going to pick up a point? We will have to wait and see, because it's interesting. But safety car is in this lap. Simi, how do you think this one's going to go?
Honestly, mate, I haven't got Scooby-Doo. It's too early to say, really. I'd say Footy's out of position, obviously, but he's on 1 lap old softs, so because he had his spin. Jack's in a good position in 9th. Yeah, I think it's Cornish's race to lose now. So OG Cornish.
Is 55 points ahead in the championship with 104 up for grabs, including this race. Thank you very much, Ninja. And when is Coxey going to go under the race restart? He's leaving it very late. He hasn't gone yet. Now he's gone, and the Cornish was quick enough to respond, so didn't lose out too much. A little bit further back, TRF Dave has made a move on Barenko, so Barenko loses out from that one. Barenko couldn't have a minimap very wide, very deep into turn 1, and looks like Barenko has just reclaimed that position back from Dave.
Very loose there.
Very clean. Very clean indeed. A little bit further back though, Cody side by side now to Mikey, and does get the move complete. Yes, he does, just ahead in time. Looked like we had a very big off at the back from the Haas. Then that was Stranger Craig. No, it was the Alfa. It was the Alfa Romeo. It was Craig going a little bit out of shape. But Gibbo on Cornish, and we know how this fight's going to happen. Fresh softs versus older mediums. I don't think Gibbo is going to be behind behind Cornish for too long. And these soft tires can go to the end of the race, but it will be very, very risky on the tire grip at the end. So just see the amount of traction that you get. And he's now tucked in that slipstream, the double toe, a little bit of kick of the battery. What's going to happen when they come towards the champions? Cornish tucks in behind. He knows he's not going to be able to defend it too much. And nice and clean. And now DRS will be activated. One more lap going off at the back. That's one of the Red Bulls gone at the back. I think that was Miniman.
Yeah, Miniman. Yep.
I saw the squirrel happen. The nut was thrown onto the track. But yeah, that's Miniman gone.
Indeed, yeah.
That Miniman is gone, but the Red Bull is still going, electing not to pit on that one. So maybe he just got away with it.
I think he did, yeah.
From any form of wing damage.
Yeah.
As Dave actually gets past Neo Nitro. Nitro making a move on the inside. Contact again at the back, turn 7.
Oh, Neo.
Sorry, that's turn 6. That's Neo the wrong way round. And that might have just been a little tap of the wing. A little bit unsure with that one, but with that race goes on, there may be a steward's inquiry afterwards. But Dave up into 6th place, 4 seconds behind Footy. And this is a camera angle I haven't seen in a while, Simmy. Cockpit view looking at the driver. That's a new one. I like that. That's very nice.
Oh yeah,
that is very nice. I do like that one. Sorry, anyway, back to the racing. Up ahead, Gibbo is desperately trying to chase down Coxey. So Coxey, 10-lap old medium tires. This is the power of the slipstream in Canada, and Coxey looked like he was using a bit of his battery there. Well, Gibbo needs to be careful because he's using just as much. So is Coxey in full control of this race and just trying to egg Gibbo on. And is this fighting ahead going to let Cornish close that gap back up and stay within DRS? And that could have been a track limits warning, just from what I saw from the broadcast camera in towards turn 3. So they could even be a factor into this race. One Spinella, Simi, and it is game over.
Oh, it really is, yeah. Gibbo's right on the back of Coxey now. So is he going to get him at the hairpin?
He's definitely got the traction on these tyres. Yeah. Coxey a lot quicker, though, through turns 8 and 9.
He is, yeah.
There you can see Cornish in the background. Very late on the brakes. Almost colliding with the diffuser, the gearbox of Coxey. So very deep, and look at that, Cornish is right in that window again. The DRS, the drag reduction system, pops open. You can see up ahead Gibbo making the move on Coxey. It's a straightforward overtake, DRS pass, and Gibbo will also have the DRS, and Coxey gets the 3-second time penalty. I saw that coming in from the approach, and it looks like Gibbo does get the DRS for the second part and sets a purple sector 3, but not quite the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So the medium tires, it's old mediums versus old mediums at the moment, and what can Cornish do to chase down Gibbo for this championship advantage if Gibbo can stay on the track as well as Cornish?
It's been very eventful, isn't it? You thought, you probably thought to yourself, because of the issues during quali, you saved your voice for the race, but
absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. Yep. Corey's made his way back up to 6th, so Mitch sitting 7th at the moment. A lot of drivers are on penalties, aren't they? Blimey, I just noticed. Oh,
And there's and speaking of
the devil.
penalties, there's another one. That's another
There's
penalty
another
in
one.
that one. As
Pick up a penalty.
Cody has now just jumped up. Something wrong, maybe up ahead of the all. There's almost 3 abreast going into turn 10.
Ooh.
But that is Cody through on Tom. So the McLaren leading the way, but did he pick up? Was he in line with the DRS? Did he get to DRS? No, he didn't. So now Cody, Tom, and Jack and Dave are all trying to fight it out. They're going down the casino straight. Who's going to end up ahead in towards the wall of champions? And that is clean. It looks like a corner cut there from Mitch. Sorry, Cody, but makes it through. But the detection for these 2 DRS straights are just for turn 10, and you get it for both corners. So we have to wait and see what happens with this fight in the mid-pack. This is actually still a battle for the final point, as well as Cody, who's just ahead, just enough ahead to get 2 points on this race at the moment, and gets a great drive out of turn 4. Or this entire section to me is Pont de la Concorde.
I have no idea what you just said, but my French is rubbish. It's like Del Boy.
Pont de la Concorde, or Concorde, is pretty much the sections from turn 4 to 7.
Concord Point, is it?
Well,
Pont
if you
is point, isn't it?
well, Pont in Welsh is bridge. I know that much.
I don't know. I don't think it matters here.
I mean, if I was to... Whoa, we sorry, we got enough while we were chatting. Cody is gone. That is Cody off at turn 10, and he's lost his wing. He's trying to turn the car around, and this is not looking well for Cody. That might actually be a retirement from the race. King Wolf, yes, that is a retirement in the 3rd sector from Cody. So that's our 4th retirement of the day and our 3rd safety car. This is going to be perfect. So what is Gibbo going to do? He is leading the pack. He's on soft tires. Is Gibbo going to pit? Coxie and Cornish, they are absolutely going to pit. They started on Coxie started on the, I think it started on the the softs. Did Cornish start on the softs?
I'm not sure. I got to be honest, because of the chaos and everything. Can't remember if Cornish started on the soft, but
I want to say that Cornish also started on the softs. If that is the case, he is, because Gibbo went alternate strategy. If that's the case, they can box for another set of mediums, a brand new set, even a used set from Quali, and that will pull them to the end of the race. Gibbo is going to have to stop again, and it's almost like he can hear my voice. Dives into the pits, boxes into the pits, almost a collision in the pit lane there, as Cornish probably had a bit of a 50p, 20p moment, nearly going into the back of Coxie and losing the wing. And is his wing still intact? Yes, it is. So he gets away with that one, and here come the stops. So Cornish is on the soft tires. How many pit stops have they done? Cornish is on a 2 stop. So did he run a medium soft? May have to have a look at. You can have a look at the race director.
I shall try. Yes, let's have a look.
But whilst you're looking at that one, lots of jumping.
Cornish.
Yes. OG
soft,
Cornish.
Medium soft. Yep.
That's a bold choice to go soft, medium, soft. It can go to the end of the Grand Prix. 14 laps to go, I believe. No, hang on. Yes, 14 laps to go. Lighter fuel load, fresh tires. Do you know what? I have a funny feeling this top 3 is going to change again. But how much life is Cornish and Footy, for that matter? Footy now into 4th. How much life are they going to take out of this tires, and are they going to take them out too quick to get the move done? As it looks like Shiro down the bottom there is elected for the hard tires, so must have run out of some fresh sets.
Yeah,
14
Clive,
laps.
your man Clive.
Me main man Clive. 14 laps to go, and this is just turned into a spicier meatball.
You love a spicy meatball?
I love a good spicy meatball. So, wait for the rest of the cars to climb up behind the safety car. I can't imagine the safety car will stay out for too long. Looking at where Craig is at the moment, he's just come around turn 10. So, Craig, I think the safety car may actually come in this lap at least, but this neutralizes the DRS once again. So, ooh, it's spicy. And let's just have a... Very, very spicy. Let's have a look at the The penalties for a second there, Simi. One of these things just doesn't belong here.
What's that?
On the penalties.
Tom on 16.
There you go.
That's crazy, blimey.
So yes, Tom with 16 seconds of penalties at the moment, and this will actually relegate him down into stone dead last place, pretty much. But importantly ahead,
isn't it?
It is early doors. 13 laps left to go in the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. But Coxey's got 3 seconds of penalty, so Cornish net P2 at the moment. And Gibbo on the mediums. And apparently there is rain expected in 5 minutes, according to Cody.
Really?
If anyone's Welsh and knows what I'm saying, thank you very much, Sean Lloyd. At least you get it. So apparently rain in 5 minutes. So try and have a look. Safety car is in this lap. The clouds have come over. The track has gotten a little bit darker. So spicy meatball time. When is Gibbo going to go? Is he going to back the pack up? Back the pack up heavily. As we wait and see. We'll jump on with Gibbo. And yeah, Simi, I'm just looking down the casino straight. It's getting dark.
It is, yeah. As if it wasn't spicy enough as it is. Someone's just poured a bottle of Tabasco sauce over it.
Oh, yes. There we go. And I've got Gibbo. Sorry, Gibbo is gone. So Gibbo's already gone. He saw went halfway down the straight. Is he going to beat the safety car by the safety car line? He does indeed. So the track is now green. We are back to double racing. Coxey was not caught napping. Cornish is going to chase down, but he's going to be at threat from Footy. Further back, Tom was definitely asleep on the restart. Hasn't pitted on them 10 lap old medium tyres, and neither has Jack. So Corey definitely in contention now for P5. We'll stay with Coxey in this front fight. Coxey making the move up the inside turn 7. They touch again. Cornish is catching it up, and looks like a bit of a squirrely exit there for Coxey. So they do not want to take each other out, because if Gibbo at this time finishes in P7 or less, then the championship is over, as long as Cornish can take the win. And that track is definitely getting darker in that second sector.
Deary me.
It's a spicy.
It's getting more and more cloudy, isn't it?
Yeah, you can just see it.
Rain. Yep.
Has it actually been confirmation? Is that a water droplet? Am I seeing water droplets on my screen?
It might have been the camera angle, actually. Like on board, it didn't look like it, but certainly the last straight, like the long straight, it looked like imminent rain.
Maybe. But Footy, however, has caught up to the back of Cornish. Cornish taps the wall. Did he get away with it? Is that wing damage? Or is that minor wing damage? And my lord, does that second sector look very dark at the moment? I think Cornish may have gotten away with it as he hit the exit turn 4. That could have just been a wheel. If he hit his wheel, that is perfectly fine. But look how dark it's getting, Simi. There's just over 10 laps left in the Grand Prix. That third sector of turn 9 looks very slippy on the floor at the moment, as we see a little bit of the marbles coming on that front left. A little bit of graining, but not too much. These tyres are relatively fresh. The DRS will be activated at the end of this lap, and we are just trying to see if there are any water droplets at any part of the track. Simi, I can't see any, but can you?
Not at the moment, no, but it's only a matter of time, isn't it? What does this do to Footy and Cornish on softs at the moment?
If it starts raining and the dry tyres is still the one, there's the cue for the DRS to be enabled. The soft tyres will be more beneficial in the wet because they can retain the heat for longer. Anyone who's on the medium tyres, because the softs can go to temperature so quick, the mediums may struggle a little bit, but I think the softs may have the clinch. And I don't know if Cornish is just buying his time a little bit, charging up the battery. We're still trying to see if there's any water drops. You can. Was that a puddle I just saw on that third sector? On that second sector? I don't know, but Gibbo looks like he's understeering a bit more. That track temperature must be coming down. and then some. If he's understeering a bit on them medium tires, I'm not seeing rain. As Barenko has gone onto the... Barenko's gone to the intermediate tires. Is it raining, but we can't see it? We'll have to see.
I don't think so, because I think we would see more of an effect on the cars. Like, I've been going through the pack.
No, I think Barenko's coming a bit too early. Yeah, there he is. Barenko is out. Well, he's not out, but he's lost it in towards turn 5. Turn 7. So that was definitely the wrong choice. Going on to the intermediates, I have a funny feeling that may have been.
DNF.
He has. I was on board with him. He has retired the car. I think it was an incorrect tire choice in the pits, but there is no water on the track at the moment. It looks wet, it looks greasy, but it is not, as Coxey now has taken the lead of the Grand Prix, making the move on Gibbo. So the yellow flag in sector 2. There's Barenko pulled off to the side there. Cornish squarely on the exit over at turn 9. DRS is now active, and Cornish won't really benefit too much from it unless he gets a blinding exit, which it looked like he did. He does have the better traction. So the DRS train from Footy all the way back. This is key as to what is going to happen in the next few laps. You can see Gibbo and Coxey are harvesting the DRS. They are either out of battery, trying to stay ahead of the soft runners, and I'm jumping on board with them. They are all out of battery. Coxey and Gibbo are out of battery. Footy has now made a move on Cornish. This is just flipped upside down once more.
It has, yeah. And we could still get proper like downpouring of rain as well. So
it's how fast is the rain, or how long does it take for the rain to kick in?
That is it, yeah.
That is a question. Footy, though, has gone around Cornish, but if I remember correctly, Cornish does have 3 seconds of time penalties to go against him as we have a look, and Footy with 6 seconds of time to be added on at the end of the race. So currently, at this rate, Gibbo is in net P1 and Cornish is in P2, which means that it's still going to roll over to Brazil next week. Well, Gibbo power sliding. He is pushing that car. He is desperately trying to open that gap ahead from Cornish with 8 laps, sorry, left to go in the Grand Prix. And I'm still rain. There it is.
Yep.
There is rain at the final, and Cornish picks up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding the track limits in the final corner with 7 laps now left to go in the Grand Prix. And that rain came out of nowhere. How big is the downpour going to be? Is it going to be light rain to the end, or is it going to hammer and nails it down?
We shall see. It picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
Yep, that was a clear track invalidation there. I was on board with Cornish. No getting away from that one, Footy. I do apologise. Sorry, not sorry. The time penalty is coming in. The track temperature's dropping. Drivers are struggling. And we need to keep an eye out on who is going to take the gamble and come into the pits towards the end of the race. Because by taking that gamble, you could actually, if Cornish took it, he could technically still win the race. If he times it perfectly. Because the option compounds will be off the cliff. Well, they won't be off the cliff. There'll be no grip.
Oof. And yeah, Cornish is definitely feeling the soft tyres now. What, 7 lap old soft. So who's gonna make the first move though? This is the thing.
Well, it looks like they're all staying out at the moment. They are hanging in there. So the track not wet enough yet. But the way that the rain's coming, I think it's going to be intermediates in 2 laps.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yep.
King Wolf is in. King Wolf is out. So King Wolf taking the gamble in intermediates. We'll have to keep an eye on that delta to him and Shiro, but he is so slow, so tentative on the throttle. He's trying to... He's being oh so gentle, but if he can... He's trying to find the wet patches, driving off the line. If King Wolf can make these last the first hot lap at least, and then the rain comes in, I think he'll be okay. But we're looking at the delta now. He's 110 behind. Did I set this to leaders by accident? Yes, I did. Interval, that's what I want. So looking at the interval now with the King Wolf, Shiro is in to the pits. My good old buddy, our friend Clive, is he going to go on? Looks like it may be he's on the soft tires, so he's elected for the soft tires. Bed, Gibbo and Coxey into the world champions. Gibbo reclaims that position. King Wolf Live getting lapped there on the intermediate tires, but he was far back enough. Cornish is right on the gearbox of Footy. The battery levels of Footy is low as it is. You can see the flashing light at the back. There are 2 queues now that they're waiting for. DRS disabled and that flashing light on the back. So if they can make it last and the rain holds a little bit more, Cornish can still get past Footy because it looks like he is derating on his battery. And he is running out of deployable energy. Or he's running out of his energy stores, should I say. And where is Cornish going to make the move? Up ahead, Gibbo leading Coxey half a second. So they still have the DRS. It is hammering it down on that straight between 7 and 8. Coxey gets around Gibbo up at the front. Gibbo's got his wing gone.
Oh.
Gibbo's lost his wing.
Oh,
and now is the time to stop for the intermediates. You can see it on the track.
Oh,
there goes.
Footy got very loose.
There goes Footy. Now Cornish is up at P3. This could be the tile change right here with the 5 second, well, with the penalties, and also the fact that Gibbo has the well, he's got to get a wing change as well, unless he gets 5 seconds spin in the pit lane. He doesn't. Gibbo keeps it clean out of there, so Coxey stays out. Footy is still out. Cornish is now been reclaimed by Footy. Gibbo's in the pits. Is he going for the intermediates? Yes, he is. So Gibbo's on the intermediates, the end of the race. Look at the wall, down the wall of the champions. That's one of the Hasses now diving into the pits.
Yeah.
What is going on the track?
Oh, Clive's just had a spin. The tyres are really falling off a cliff now, so cars are really struggling to get around.
There's Corey
running wide.
Yeah, Corey is in the pits with the wing change and the intermediates. WS Jack in the pits just for the intermediate tyres. Tom in the pits, serving a 5 second time penalty on the intermediates. He goes. Neo Nitro also going to be popping on the inters. Yes, he is. I can see him. And is that wing replacement? No, it's not, but he is serving his time penalty. Coxey, Footy, and Cornish have no choice. They are going to have to come in this lap as long as they can keep the car on the track. We'll just see how slow they're trying to accelerate. They're going to have to come in, but Gibbo isn't that far behind, and it can all still change in the last 4 laps of this Grand Prix. 3, the moment that Coxey enters the pit lane, and is he going to stay in? Or stay out? Coxey is staying out. He wants to run these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Cornish is in, Footy's in, and Cornish with the 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And it's a painful thing to see, but this is racing, and that's what happens. The option tyres in the wets into the pit lane. You've got to brake earlier, and this is spicy meatball. Where's Gibbo gonna come out though? That he does have that wing change. Oh, he did have that wing change. It looks like Footy Cornish is leaving the pits. He is out at turn 2. Looks like Footy got a little bit deep into corner, but there's Gibbo rounding at turn 2 now. So this is pick things up right at the end. So Gibbo, as long as he can hold that gap, then if my calculations are correct, Gibbo will jump up into P2 as Cornish has 8 seconds of penalties. Footy's with 9 seconds of penalties. And Coxey is committing to the medium tyres. We will definitely need to keep an eye out on him for the time being. Miniman is stayed out, or he boxed for the mediums. So I'll have to keep an eye on what happens to Coxey, because again, this could flip it upside down once more with a safety car.
Yeah, and there's always a chance of that, particularly with the wet weather now.
Oh, he's missed it!
Oh, and Clive's had another spin on the hards.
So that
Lost
was
it at the DHL wall.
So Coxey there's a disable of the DRS. That is the auto queue, but Coxey missing the entry.
Yeah. Safety car.
Oh, it was called beautifully, and this is now complete. And Clive is in the wall as well on the hard tires. He can't get any traction. This is like Lando Norris. This is like Lando Norris all over again. The poor soul. He has to limp back to the pits this whole way around. Coxey being a given with a free pit stop Cornish up into P2, Footy in P3, Gibbo in P4, but at the penalties, Gibbo is going to win the Grand Prix with 2 laps left to go.
Oh, dearie me. And it's the same section of the track as well. I'm really surprised that the Wall of Champions hasn't claimed any victims yet, and all these drivers have lost it at the same section. So what corner is it?
It's well, some drivers are losing it. Well, we've lost 3 at turn 4. The exit at turn 4.
Oh, it's turn 4. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we have another DNF. Sorry, Clive has just DNF'd on the hard tyres. There was nothing that he could have done about that one. It's too late in the Grand Prix to get them changed, and the safety car isn't staying out for too long. Coxey has caught up with it. Well, there's only the safety car in the F1 game has to go in 2 laps towards the end of the race, as we've experienced. So this is going to be a 2-lap shootout on the intermediate tyres with Coxey, Cornish, and Footy. It looks like there's some position changes going on tracks. They may have to relinquish them positions. So a little bit of confusion of what's going on there. So that was an overtake under the safety car, I believe. Well, I suppose we'll have to wait. Are these tyres going to be up to temperature? Look, Coxey appears to be ghosted. Is he letting the lap cars go through? I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on.
No, I don't know either, but side by side, look behind him, Footy and Cornish. There's some slight confusion as to what is actually going on, as I guess they go racing. Footy has got the jump on 2 cars before they pass the start-finish line. I'm slightly baffled as to what's going on. But Cornish up into P3, Coxey in P2. Did he have an issue? I don't know. Lamped cars are overtaking themselves. Cornish is now into P3, but Gibbo barreling down behind him. So currently, Gibbo P1 as it stands with 2 laps left to go in the Grand Prix. And I've never noticed that camera shake before on turn 5. That's a nice little camera angle.
It is, yeah. I have to say I'm not quite sure what went on there, because it looked like the pack wasn't allowed to catch up. Like it's so spread out.
It is. Gibbo on the other hand, sorry, it was really bizarre the restart, but Gibbo got past Cornish and now he's just got past Footy, and there's a little bit of confusion as to what is going on the track at the moment. Craig goes wide, but he is a lap down. Is Craig gonna hold his own? Yes, he does. So Gibbo into P2 at the moment, but net P1. Footy is behind. Mitch is now up into 4th out of nowhere. And does Cornish have an issue with that car? The front wing looks intact, or is he just not comfortable in the wet conditions?
Ooh. Yeah, well, Gibbo is quality in the wet, isn't he? He loves a bit of wet racing. He does our Gibbo. So, yeah, he's absolutely flying now. I mean, he's too far back to get Coxey now, though, I think, unless Coxey makes a mistake.
Well, Coxey does have 3 seconds of time penalties, so as long as Gibbo can hold that gap below that 3-second mark, then he will claim that P1. And at the moment, though, Mitch is in net P3 with Footy's 9-second time penalty that is going on there. So this is going to come down to penalties all the way at the end, with we are on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Coxey is leading the way at the moment, but with that time penalty, it's going to put him down into actually possibly P3. He might actually get away with that. I don't know, but we'll wait and see. As they now coming down the casino straight for the final time. We got a yellow flag in the 3rd sector.
Almost had a spin. Yep.
It does. I saw green of an an Aston Martin, but keep an eye out on Cornish. But never mind, around the last corner they go, and Coxey takes the win of the Canadian Grand Prix. On track, Gibbo across the line to take the actual win. Footy holds it in P3, but gets knocked down by Mitch on penalties. WS Jack out nowhere into 4th, so Footy's in 5th. Brilliant. Cornish gets dropped down into 6th. This is an absolute reversal of what was needed to win the championship in Canada. But we still got a few drivers left to go of Neo, Tom, Dave, Mikey, Miniman and Craig have finished as they were a lap down. King Wolf will be next to cross the line. So Mikey picks up another point for Ferrari. Saying that, but the turn of events, The championship is going to roll over to Brazil, and Mitch Mountford picks up his first podium of this season, and Jack with his highest points finish in 4th place. Cornish down in 6th, and it all came down to the final few laps of the Grand Prix as we just wait for the final, as Tom just seals the deal with another 3-second time penalty there at the back. So ooh.
Yeah, what an eventful end, and yeah, fair play to Mitch getting his first podium, did you say? And yeah, Jack finishing 4th, like, he'd be absolutely delighted with that, so quick shout out to Jack. Okay, it wasn't a podium, but still 4th place. And it goes on to next week, which I'm kind of glad about, honestly. I love a bit of Brazil.
Who doesn't go to the center S's? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But there we are.
Yes.
Oh no. But there we are. WS Jack getting the drive of the day from the game. But your winner for the round 7 of the Simcade F1 2021 Season 1 Championship. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes, I completely lost track of what I was saying. The Simcade F1. 20. You know what, I've lost it. Never mind.
It's a championship.
It's a championship. There we go. But there is your final standings.